Hello and welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is called What Should You Focus On Today, this week, in the next couple of weeks or days, however short your timeline is. We're gonna feel that resonating inside of you. If it does not resonate, then feel free to watch another one of my readings, but this is a oracle reading with charms. So pile number 1 we have the Amethyst. Pile number 2 we have the black Tourmaline. And pile number 3 we have the yellow Opal. So take a moment to look at the piles. You can pause the reading here. We have the third eye chakra with Crow as bottom line energies. We have variance, community, Mercury retrograde with the number 51 and the word reinvention. We have failure with the word I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. This is also going to be a charm reading. So we have an underlying energy of transformation with the Amethyst with the number 16 bottling down to 7, and as well we have the Butterfly Maiden with transformation as well. It says you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. And then the number 6 with freedom. So there could be some sort of changes going on, especially in your household or in your relationships. And then we have daydreams and decisions. So there's certain things that you are contemplating on going after, but still being kind of indecisive about it. Okay, pile number 1 with 7 of Cups, with 6 and freedom, and Butterfly Maiden with transformation, with you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So I've already channeled transformation in my preparation notebook earlier. I got transformation plus boundaries. So there's certain boundaries that you're considering here with freedom, and that you want to liberate yourself. That's where you want the butterfly effect to come in motion. I mean the transformational part of butterflies, the effect of transformation. 7 of Cups, it's really pointing me towards this full moon here in the card of freedom. We're gonna look into the messages of this card. Well, I mean, we're gonna look into the meanings behind plants, the plant, and the mineral in this card. I have to move this candle. Here. Is that okay? Doesn't matter. It's better to be off camera than to be a fire hazard, right? Good. All agreed. So, the freedom card, it talks about blackberries. The blackberries supports shadow work, helps face primal fears, protects and heals. So your freedom is being protected here while you go through the healing, because the 7 of Cups with daydreams and decisions, you're really in the state of already contemplating doing something different to liberate yourself and your character as well. Your boundaries, kind of set those in motion. You're really trying to follow your intuition on this, especially with the Amethyst being here. It has some sort of green inclusions, so it kind of reminds me of fluorite here, just, you know, because fluoride's coming purple too. And this third eye chakra that is here What's underneath? Healing begins. Yeah, the healing, you're currently on the precipice of starting your healing journey. That could be like inner child healing journey, or just trying to get more in tune with your intuition here, kind of going within, doing probably some more yoga or meditation, or chanting mantras or whatever, like prayers that you do. There's something here that's liberating you, that is protecting you as well in this transformation, some sort of entity, because we have Blackberry here that supports shadow work. So shadow work is basically working on your negative traits to turn them into, to transform them into better qualities. So we acknowledge that there's something about us that bothers us, uh, or others. It depends on the situation, really, and how much you want to change for others or for yourself. But it's about acknowledging faults in your system, in your upbringing, in your friendships or family, like immediate circles, and understanding all those patterns that have brought you to where you are right now, and dissolving them into good information to work on yourself from a new perspective. Because doing shadow work is a lifelong process. Things sometimes, or situations sometimes, happen to us that we're not expecting, that adds to the trauma, and doing shadow work is resolving those traumatic issues that have negatively affected your inner child, and therefore your innocence in bringing and creating new energy into this world. It also supports breaking generational curses. So that's probably something that you're doing here with the Amethyst. Your intuition is kind of guiding you to the messages that pile number 1 has. So if you resonated with this part, there's definitely a huge transformation coming from this, a sense of awareness, and not just the sense of awareness, also the eagerness to get more knowledge. We have the stone of obsidian in this card somewhere as well. Somewhere. Somewhere in this card there's obsidian. It's kind of hidden, or I'm just not understanding it, or it looks like a plant here. Obsidian exposes flaws, weaknesses, and blockages, and provides support when facing them. True freedom requires intense shadow work. Face your deepest fears. Feel your hardest, scariest, most shameful emotions. Only through recognizing and naming them can you finally deal with them and be free. Do not go alone into the shadows of your soul. Call on the dark goddess who will guide you and protect you. And we have a mantra here. It goes, I am ready to face my worst fear or shameful emotion. I know I am not alone, and that the dark goddess will guide me toward true freedom. So I don't know which dark goddess this is precisely talking about, but this is an Earth Wisdom Oracle by Barbara Moore, and it has a lot of earthly energies. It's very connected to the 3D and what you're experiencing in your real waking life, not just on higher planes, because with intuition and this mineral being kind of green, the color is not really showing well on camera, but it reminds me of the connection between kind of balancing 3D and 5D here, following your intuition to get like proper results in the 3D. So you are probably inquiring about something very practical in your immediate environment. So either crossing on either side, either grounding yourself more is needed here to truly liberate your energy, or more intuition inclusion in your day-to-day life as a practice to transform yourself, bring more abundance, blessings, transformation through the new communities that you are kind of vibing towards, or the people, new friends as well. These are all cycles of your energy levels and your emotions. So I'm kind of scanning this part that you can see right here. It's all the decks that I've used, and underlying energy. It's really pulling me towards the reinvention and community cards that are here. I might as well show them to you. So we have community with rainbow here and butterflies, and this community card reminds me of this deck's Ace of Wands, which says new vitality. It's a depiction of a pan flute and the rainbow kind of coming out of the pan flute in the order of, you know, color. And so it's talking about a lot of energy coming into your dark forest, probably something that you've been going on since fall, or just an emotional fall could be as well. And you reinventing yourself brings you to understand that all these mistakes and all these decisions that you made, that you thought were good for the situation to improve, but turned out to be a mistake, or you feel as a failure in some way, it's now time to honor your rhythms, your biorhythm, with taking time for yourself and taking time away from certain people. It's completely okay to, you know, take some time for yourself because you're just energetically a bit more sensitive. With that, you kind of vibe to a new community or new people where you're kind of more connected to, connected with through your intuition is what I'm getting here. So that was extensive. We're going to move on to pile number 2. I also saw the number 1555. For pile number 2, we have Athena with inner wisdom. She says, you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. Then we have self-acceptance with number 9, and rest and reconsider with number 9 as well. So as we did with pile number 1, we're going to do with pile number 2. We're going to look into the self-acceptance card. What other messages does it have for us? It has the plant of witch hazel. So I think witch hazel is currently in bloom, or just kind of going out of bloom. So it's about time that you accept your strength and your intuition. You're kind of nearing an end of a certain cycle. Something about you feels like you have started kind of going up this hill, kind of went on an adventure, whatever the adventure is. It could just be seeking your inner wisdom or knowledge. It could be just, I don't know, even travel and actual mountain climbing could be significant here. But you started at number 9, right? This is started at the beach. It was probably a lot of emotions, and you know, you just had a lot of energy to do it, is what I feel here. And then this comes in as you're still at number 9, but you've came so far where you just kind of need to rest. It feels like a long cycle as well. And also that a lot of time has passed in between these two emotions or energies, but you're still at the same point in your path or something like that. It's like you're still energetically at the beginning, or I don't know, it kind of feels like like starting college and almost nearing the top, like being really far, or in some sense being near the top, but needing to take time. Like you need variance. With the 9s, in the beginning, I kind of got the energy of wanting to travel, wanting to, actually go on hikes and walks and see like some new, really dreaming about seeing new places, and kind of like, before the world goes to, you really want to take some time to also observe how far you've come. Here with the black tourmaline, there's a lot of protection energies. You are kind of needing, not just needing, but you're kind of attracted to being strong inside with inner peace. And your energy is very protected still, because of your intuition and all of the knowledge that you've accumulated on this path. We're going to see what this is all about. So let's read about self-acceptance. Witch Hazel. It harmonizes opposites and encourages the acceptance of individuality. Could be also, if you're inquiring about two people, could be that you're on the same page but on different levels. Like you want the same thing, but somebody just started their spiritual journey and you have already had so many experiences and gained all this wisdom, and you're kind of reconsidering letting people in, almost being too protected, and somebody's really trying hard, or you're the one that's trying really hard to get to somebody and show them that you can, kind of like opposites attract, but you're so different but super similar if you're inquiring about a person. Trust your inner wisdom, but also trust your intuition. If you accept somebody as an individual as they are and they do the same for you, then you can consider and not have to reconsider dating them or being around them or sharing your energy, because it takes a lot of effort. With the 9 of Wands, it's like being tired of something that the other person is doing, or you're kind of tired of your old self, and the self-acceptance is coming like your inner child coming after you, to catch up with you, because like it feels like the 3D and the 5D are kind of very connected but separated at the same time, and they need to come together eventually. And this person in the 9 of Wands, they have, if this is you, like you probably don't have the energy to go back down and descend levels, because you know that the people that will want to reach you, they will put in the effort, they'll put in the action. And if this whole reading is about you and protecting yourself, it's about you finally coming towards yourself and transforming the way you think about your path. It's very multi-dimensional path because you are at the beginning and at the end at the same time. So there is a cycle of passion, emotion, creativity that you're ending and beginning again, or beginning altogether anew. So let's see what else. We have the Goldstone in self-acceptance. Goldstone says, it helps with attaining goals and recognizing one's value. So this is about you. This is definitely about understanding that you are of great importance in this on this path. You are the community. The journey to self-acceptance can be challenging. Humans are contradictory creatures who seek order. Reconcile your seemingly opposing qualities and find a common root. Overcome society's brainwashing and accept that you are enough. You have value. The trek to achieve self-acceptance is worth it. You are worth it. And the mantra goes, I accept myself as I am. I recognize my contrary nature and revel in the creative chaos that is my soul. I am enough. And you are. You definitely also carry the responsibility to self-accept, to accept your failures, to accept your off-beaten paths, and also the tracks that other people have set for you. You are grounding and putting your world together, as the self-acceptance card talked about this card as well, because they are your path. This is the golden opportunity for you. Consider looking at Goldstone on the internet. Just kind of type in Goldstone and witch hazel and just kind of breathe in that energy. It might bring you more wisdom to surround yourself with the proper colors to keep moving forward. I kind of feel, as I said, the golden opportunity is kind of talking about the next thing. So everything is connected. If you've been drawn to pile number 3 as well, there's probably going to be certain connective messages or a different perspective or a different topic that you might be interested in if you were initially drawn to both of 2 and 3s, or the whole reading for that matter. Okay, that's all I'm getting for now. Pile number 3. We have Golden Opportunity with Yemanya. She says, important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. We have number 5 with Heart Healing, and the 2 of Swords with Refusing to See. So what are you refusing to look at? Is it an aspect of yourself? Is it the fact that you need to cleanse your emotions and kind of get in tune with them? You're really refusing to see your own power. This yellow opal kind of reminds me of, it doesn't shine very well here, but it kind of reminds me of this thing above this dude's head. It's like behind him is the sun, right? He's refusing to see the positivity of the situation, no matter how heavy and hard the situation is. the sun also represents the solar plexus, right? So for me it represents that you're refusing to see your own power, your own like your well of emotions is almost unlimited, your love and your energy is unmatched, but as soon as your heart is hurt, you turn into this negative Nancy, and it's like you just turn into yourself, and it takes a while till you understand again that switching your energy to inside after especially breakups, because we have heart healing, there's some heartache here, it doesn't matter to what it's connected, it doesn't need to be love or relationships, but it could just be your heart being so vast and big that you need to take more time to recuperate from all the heartbreak every day. Like you could be very empathic and very connected to water, but there's something about pile number 3 that will give you the information on what you are refusing to see, and it's going to be connected with emotions. The doors that you are walking through are those of acceptance. And this is an opportunity for you to understand that not all that feels like a failure is a fail. It's much necessary opportunity for transformation, reinvention, and honoring your emotional levels, as well as certain other piles are talking about. It's all about following your intuition. So if you've listened to the whole thing till now, you're gonna know exactly which pile you are eager to jump into. Because some of you are already on the right path, and I really feel that's connected to a certain pile. And the golden opportunity, this is also kind of golden in my opinion, but in a much different light than this passive light I have here. It's sunlight, so it's, much necessary for this pile as well, that we're doing this now for some variance. Okay, I'm kind of not getting much from this pile for now, but we're gonna read this before we go into the reading. Number 5, we have Bleeding Heart as the plant. So the plant of the Bleeding Heart. And emeralds. Bleeding Heart. It heals broken hearts and wounds caused through relationship issues. So that means all types of relationships, from family to friends to lovers to work and towards yourself as well, and the world. And then we have emeralds. Emeralds are tiny, brilliant crystals of emotional healing. A broken heart is one of the hardest wounds to heal because we often go about it wrong, acting stoically, lashing out in anger, or indulging in non-productive self-pity, and consequentially distract ourselves from actually feeling the emotions. Feel your honest emotions, honor them, and release them, making way for true healing. And the mantra goes, my heart hurts. I feel the pain and name the source of it. I allow myself to experience it, even though it is hard. I honor the experience of my heart. I release the pain. And this is your golden opportunity. This is the door that's opening right now. This is the door that you can walk through for information on how to heal your heart in a more efficient way that you've been doing till now. And a lot of it, I feel, is just understanding that failure of situations are here to transform us, to reinvent us. There's so much butterfly imagery in this reading so far, as well as underlying energy in certain cards I have here in decks, which are going to be used through all of these, that connects all of these. And what I wanted to say was that if Yellow Opal is the reading that you've been kind of waiting for right now, yeah, so this is the golden opportunity for you to access that knowledge to transform the way you are healing yourself. Okay, let's do a quick little pre-shuffle once again. If there's gonna be something that needs to be edited in, we have Seven of Summer, Nine of Wands, Princess of Winter. Again, with the messages kind of saying the same thing. Seven of Cups aligning with Amethyst, so we are going to talk about that. Maine Coon Kitten, it's time to stop procrastinating and make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. Freedom, transformation, Seven of Cups and Seven of Cups. We have Athena, Inner Wisdom, 9 with Self-Acceptance, 9 with Rest and Reconsider, and 9 of Spring with Gazelle, which is also 9 of Wands, showing itself again as extra confirmation. For pile number 2, we have You've worked hard and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry, you'll get through them just as you have in the past. All this worry dissipating. And then we have Golden Opportunity with Healing Heart and Refusing to See with the Two of Swords, and Princess of Swords with the Seagull. This is an intellectual challenge that calls upon your ability to think of a matching solution. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, accept the message without being bothered by the messenger. So I can already sense that some people are going to be bothered or triggered even with certain aspects of the reading in pile number 3. So let's not pick favorites. Okay, pile number 1. This is your reading, the Amethyst mineral. Let's look at your oracle cards to get a better picture. If you've watched the pre-shuffle, then we're gonna see how this kind of connects into that. So let's see about your situation. We have authentic truth. We have waxing gibbous. It is okay to change the direction. We have clarity. You might already, if you've watched the pre-shuffle, then you might already get some sense about your situation. We have the cheetah, which is interesting because I've watched a reading in the morning for myself to kind of align with myself, and I did write down cheetah here with a question mark because I didn't know if it was gonna come in handy, and I wondered if, because in that reading I saw this card even though it wasn't used as a card, but when the lady said cheetah, I immediately thought if one of the piles is gonna show it, and this is the first time me seeing it, because for the pre-shuffles and all that, for oracles, I like to not get messages ahead of time. I like to get them as they come. So that's a synchronicity there. We have the love card. We have Jupiter return benefits. So Jupiter, the planet of luck, expansion, travel, philosophy, all of those Sagittarius energies. We have Gemini, I think, with the number 15. The Jupiter return is the number 49. Authentic truth is number 4, and number 17 with clarity. We have the card of peace. It says, I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. So I feel like that's kind of on this side. So in the pre-shuffle we had the card of transformation with the butterfly maiden. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. You have freedom as well. Kind of goes underneath this. Daydreams and decisions, and in another little warm-up pre-shuffle I decided to use another deck, and 3 cards fell out and they really aligned with the pre-shuffle that I did, so it's probably added in as well. But you got 7 of Cups again as a confirmation for this 7 of Cups with daydreams and decisions. You have the Maine Coon kitten. They say it's time to stop procrastinating and make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. So this 7 of Cups, these 7 of Cups, and with the I think card, really emphasizes you overthinking some sort of emotional thing. There's something probably considering love and freedom, and you gaining peace. It's like living your authentic truth is to change into the direction of happiness. Because here in the card we have kind of like a crossroads sign, and both ways is happy. I don't know if the camera is focusing, but it says happy in both directions. So no matter what you're going towards with your decision, what your decision is going to be and what you move towards is your ultimate happiness. It's your ultimate path. And it says it is okay to change the direction being that living in peace and being free gives you the most power. It gives you the solar energy to create, the fire inside you to move you. And there's the emphasis on the neck, kind of going after things and grabbing them by the neck. There's a lot of cat imagery here as well, so I feel like there's one way of going towards this clarity, and there's there's either going towards the clarity in a sense where you're hyper focused on gaining this peace and clarity and release all of this negative energy and kind of be supported by all the love and the freedom that it gives you, helps you live in your authentic truth, really makes you stable and benefits you for the greater good, because currently you are transforming your thought processes, you're transforming your way of being, which for a long time was probably very indecisive and just being stuck in the head, not doing anything. You're finally deciding on what kind of life you want to really live. What's your authentic truth? You're very talented and you want to be more independent and more charming, more fiery. You want to approach things from your transformative new energy. You want to expand your mind and your consciousness in such a way where you make a decision and it only brings you more power. So this main Kun energy here with overthinking the situation, you're kind of collecting all these problems, all these people that you're kind of taking care of. It's like a lot of eyes are on you even, or you have a big family, or just people needing your attention all the time, and it's okay to take time for yourself to really experience yourself alone. It's there's so much love you have to give, and the only way you can do it is by how we talked in the pre-shuffle, is working on your dark night of the soul here with obsidian in freedom, to really protect yourself and protect your love. Like the love oracle card is right in the middle of the whole reading, if we look at it as a bigger picture, how I like to read tarot. It's right behind your back, so it's the supporting energy that is always behind you. Like your intention is always out of love and always your truth. It's always coming from the source, which is yourself. It comes from the universe, and it's okay to do something that benefits you. Like the Jupiter return, it's like your luck is coming back into your life, and with choosing whichever direction that you intuitively are guided to take, and not just leap into something, but forcedly running towards understanding yourself or your situation more. Whatever it's about, you are now getting through this transformation that brings all of these blessings and benefits. You are turning your indecision into solid vision, because this cheetah and clarity, it's like it's almost giving me like Sagittarius energy, where you just want like honesty and or just like give honesty, like be completely truthful with yourself and others about what represents your freedom and what represents your path. It could even be like changing jobs, or you know, leaving a job that is not that's making you so indecisive about everything else in your life. There's like certain core things that are changing inside of you, that you are now moving into making it your priority. You're making yourself a priority. That's what your intuition is kind of trying to tell you to do in these next few, I'm feeling more weeks than days. It's it kind of feels like you're on the precipice of something, and what you're about to experience is a lot more energy to thrive and bloom and really have color in your wings, really taking flight. Because if you affirm that you are this being of love, which is connected with what this peace card is saying, I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. It's like as fast as you run away from things that are making you indecisive about your own life, as fast you grow in your love, in your clarity, in your authentic truth, the more you know you are on the right path. It's kind of like that. So I feel like asking for a bit more advice, because I'm really not keen on this failure looking at me like that, failure as in the underlying energy that has now turned to love. So let's take that. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Yeah, you are the type of person that wishes other people were more loving and more truthful with themselves and other people, and striking for peace within themselves and in the world. You wish for people to come back to the center, and you wish to reconnect with better people, and you want to run away from things that make you feel kind of used and confused, something along those lines. Okay, we have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Yeah, you are not the type of person that would judge too harshly. That we definitely all are beings of the 3D world, where it has been happening around us, to us, behind our backs, you know, gossip. Like, there's no, I don't know, I just lost what I wanted to say. It's okay to judge yourself for the sake of growth, for the sake of uncovering your layers, like we talked in the pre-shuffle, the dark night of the soul that comes with, what was it, what was the plant, doesn't matter, that aligns with this plant in this card, freedom. You are releasing a certain part of yourself. You are seeking your Akashic records and stuff like that. You are looking for your happiness. That's why you're getting it. That's why you're getting love. That's why you're getting clarity on situations. That's why you are enlarging your energy field around you. You are making it bigger, even though for now it could be just in thought. I'm sorry about that. Even though for now it could just be in thought, it's about your hyper focus now, and it's, as much as your focus is not on it, it's in the back of your mind. It's there. It's right there with daydreams and decisions. You are making this decision for yourself, to stabilize yourself in a way where you have clarity on who you are and what kind of life you want to live, which is most likely a life of more balance, more love, more freedom, and more peace, and more space to think with your own mind. That's what you're kind of wanting to transform into. Let's see, we have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Yeah, very orangey card. All of your blocks, especially in your sacral chakra, your base chakra, and your solar plexus, so the bottom three chakras, they all need realignment, because with the amethyst here and with the green inclusions that we've already talked about in this amethyst, it really points me to the feminine side of yourself, where you kind of build from your crown to your heart, and now that your heart is healing and being invigorated with more love and more positive attention towards yourself and from others, you need to understand that what you need to work on and focus on today, this week, or in the next few days or weeks, is acknowledging that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. It blocks the flow of everything, because if you are not living in your authentic truth, if you're not living by the way you want to live, and it's affected by other people or a lot of people, and you lose the connection to the source because you're not aligned with yourself. Your energetic body is being pulled left and right by different centers, and what I'm really feeling is that you're kind of going step by step from being guided through your intuition towards your vision, communication, and then unconditional love, and just expanding your heart, healing your heart. Now you're kind of working on that solar plexus and going after the things, doing the doing part of transformation. You're kind of coming out of that state of pre-butterfly, like not larvae but the boubae. You're still kind of collecting all your eggs, collecting all your chickens, or whatever the phrase is. You're still in the thinking and daydreaming process of it, and therefore what you should be doing is doing stuff. Solar force, action, achievement, and masculine energy. So yeah, as we talked about feminine energy earlier, you are now needing to focus on your masculine part. So pretty much most of your bottom chakras, to reconnect with yourself and father yourself in a healthy way, going after the things that you want. So it says, the cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah, it shines from the inside this great creature, and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum, so if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. When in balance, achieves anything, has boundless energy, and when out of balance, it's impatient and competitive. To bring into balance, reconnect to purpose. And the purpose is this card here, the authentic truth. This deck has probably more messages for you. So this is the deck of the secret language of light, or the transmissions of your soul. So let's see what your soul is transmitting currently. What are you currently working on, and what should you focus on instead? What you should focus on instead is this authentic truth. This solar force is already within you, and you are forceful, like with full force going towards your center is what I'm getting. Okay, authentic truth. Discover your truth and let others find theirs. The truth will set you free, so long as you recognize there is more than one truth, and that the answers you seek exist beyond the beliefs you hold now. There are many truths in this world. You don't have to believe them all. Just focus on what resonates with you. If you must convince yourself of your beliefs, they are not your truth. Your truth will always fulfill and satisfy. It is unconditional, meaning conditions don't have to change for you to live and feel your truth. There is no right or wrong, but there is cause and effect, or action and reaction. Master yourself, not someone else's process. When you change your beliefs, your life changes to match it. To do this, you must be aware of how you feel and practice focusing on what makes your heart sing, not shrink. When you align with your truth, you will flow, feel excited, and believe an authentic life is possible. If it is not your truth, you will resist, find it hard to commit, and feel indecisive. And we have some inspired reflections and actions that this card is trying to portray here. We're going to read those, and then I'm going to tell you about the journal work that you can do to really work on this. So the book says, be aware of your feelings. Notice how it feels to be angry, loving, or hurt. As you move through your day, notice what gives you a glow of happiness. Do things that feel truthful. If there is something you don't want to do and you must do it, find a way to connect it to your truth. Find a way that doesn't feel like a compromise. If you are not okay with the compromise, it may breed resentment and become a poison to you. And journal work. Picture yourself living your truth and not compromising. Write down 3 words that represent your truth and another 3 words that represent freedom. And I got so excited to see the last word being freedom, because the freedom card came out in the shuffle. And this is about your liberation from something. I wish you the best with spreading your wings. We're gonna get into your charms ASAP, but I'm super excited for you because I feel like you have connected certain things, if you've made it this far, where freedom is the only clarity that was needed. Your trajectory is already known. You're already kind of at the precipice of your paths into living your authentic truth, into following your intuition, because what's inside of you is your authenticity. And if you live by yourself, you could never go wrong with the direction that you're going in. Here with the happy being both ways, it's okay to change direction, because if you follow your intuition, it will always bring you in the correct spot in space-time continuum. And understand that all the negative feelings that you need to still probably work on, which could be, you know, anger, resentment, so on and so forth, the variance of your emotions, it's very important to not block the flow of love, and to kind of reassess situations where, if it like really benefits your brain in a way where you're overthinking, where you're overwhelmed with your emotions, you need to cleanse your mind in such a way where it's benefiting you, and you can work out of a place of love, truth, freedom, peace, clarity, and forgiveness. Most importantly, you are going through a huge transformation, and I already feel all of the power that is kind of coming from your heart space. It's like getting to a point of being able to share again or more, or just being so abundant in energy that you have like the other side of your path, or kind of along the way, there's so much beauty in the world that you're able to notice again, or for the first time even for some people. So we're gonna do charms next. Gonna see where they kind of fall. If I place certain minerals on cards, it's because I feel like they should be there, doing the job they are made to do. Okay, pile number 1. I did this with my eyes closed. I wasn't looking, I swear to God. Believe me or not. We are going to get these charms to resonate with a bigger group of people, to make it a bit more general so more people can relate to it. But where charms fall, I kind of get more understanding on what parts of it are being emphasized. So we have this cigarette filter here that fell on transformation. Oh my god, did you see that? Oh my god, if the camera wasn't rolling, nobody would believe me. Oh my god. Yeah, your transformation is like wowing people to a point where you literally could probably go from being a couch potato to doing backflips. Like, you know, the transformation as an analogy, like, it's so much different. And this oh yeah, you can see it. This little bead, for me, colored beads in my charm collection represent the centers of chakras, and this one is green, and it represents expanding your heart space in a way where, like, as it rolls, you know, it rolled kind of off of it, so you're kind of moving towards even more expansion of heart and filtering out the negativities. You're definitely filtering out negativities. And here we have a set of wings that also fell on the transformation, which, as you can see, you are growing these wings. You could possibly, with the amethyst, also transform yourself by living in your authentic truth, is by growing wings, by embodying the being of being a earth angel, or certain whatever you feel that you kind of reincarnated into this world for, or just being kind of like growing the wings to fly away from the situation towards whatever makes you feel more focused and mindful and just fed. Here with the spoon as well, we have a little Barbie house spoon. This is from the 90s. It's a vintage Barbie spoon. I'm selling it for like €1,000 if anybody's asking. Original Mattel. But yeah, you're like, you want to feed other people your authenticity. You really want to kind of share your truth, or make people eat their humble pie even. So you could be working on your communications, and that all of this transformation and communication of your truth is bringing you so much more luck. With Jupiter return as well, the luck, the benefits of it coming in strongly here with the little ladybug. And here we have kind of the thing you have to work on or train is this piece, the fact that you are a being of love and you release all negative energy. You really have to put in the effort, kind of like you know, NFL type effort. Really work hard on releasing all of the negative energy. But that's kind of hard to, it's easier said than done, is what I'm hearing. I completely agree with you, but understanding that being mindful of your negativity and starting to eliminate it more and more is a good step towards the bright future that you are definitely being energetically surrounded with after these few days, weeks that we're talking about. From the point in time that you see this, you're going to be able to gradually gain more peace and clarity and happiness and love and freedom around you. That's definitely. We have a little sailboat bottle cap with the number 3, so this is definitely showing as a voyage, as a long time voyage into yourself and outward, out again, kind of like the 4th dimension tesseract movement, kind of going inwards to liberate yourself and, you know, to go out into the life like butterflies and mate and go back inside and you know, create more generations, all of that. You could also be creating, some of you creating new generations on cruises or, you know, stuff like that. When you are traveling, it could be something that you're doing in the next 3 weeks, 3 months, or you're just having like a 3-year plan to move somewhere, or to move somewhere for 3 years also is in your daydream, in your mind space. You're gaining clarity on what you want your path to look like. We have the little star here, so this Jupiter return, these benefits and this transformation is kind of in between these, and it's kind of hidden, but what's coming what you should focus on in the next few months, or sorry, months, maybe for some even months, yeah, but most likely weeks, is that certain things that are for you will be hidden from you until needed. That's why you shouldn't build up resentment and add to all of that negative energy that is already inside you, but work on wishing better things for yourself and visualizing better things for yourself. And then once the situations come, you're able to look at it positively, because I feel like you're looking at things a bit more negative, but you kind of needed this pick-me-up to go forward with full force. And I feel like once you are in this process of transformation, you're also going to transform the way you view things, the way you go about thinking about things as well. You're completely changing your way of being. And then on this love charm, we have this golden bead. So I kind of when I try to assign like keywords to all these charms, because they are literally from random bracelets that were falling apart, I thought of this bead as you being of golden heart, like of, and it, as it fell on the love, it's like, it's just extra confirmation for the amount of love you have to give to the world. And if something or somebody is holding you back in the way where you cannot express yourself completely with full solar force and go after the things you want, if you're not blooming with full force, it means that there's something that needs to be changed about your surroundings, because you are definitely of golden quality. And even I'm getting the Midas touch effect here, where you have so much love that people are getting healed by it. And the transformation and all of this, once it's actively being pursued, it's definitely gonna help you teach this as well, because I'm getting strongly intuitive people here that need to work on their intuition a bit, just a bit more. And I got a little flash from somewhere, but I don't know what flash. Funny. Yeah. Okay, so this little sunflower that fell here on the freedom card, it's definitely representing the sun, the Leo. You could also have heavy Leo or any other fire sign inside you, but with the solar force inside this cheetah card is pointing me to Leo, or the time of Leo. So what's that, July, August? You could expect this to be probably a bit longer transformation here. And yeah, it's just pointing towards the fact that the only way you could get freedom is by following your inner guidance. Here we have a little thingy of it's a pin from Prague that I found in Azores. So another traveling omen, if we could say it like that. It's from an absintheria, and I found it in a rent-a-car, I think. It's a cool pin from Prague. So you could kind of be going towards putting things, like intoxicating things, ways, people, kind of putting them aside to work on yourself, and that's really, really beneficial for you. Here we have another, like a schoolwork sign. It's from ACTA. It's a little college thingy that fell off my notebook. It's representing the fact that you've worked so hard to finally get the key and the benefits to unlock your indecision and like solve this enigma. Only you know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. But here with the Gemini, we have a stone heart. I have a tendency to find heart-shaped stones. So, of course, it's representing somebody's emotional expressions being a bit more cold. And with Gemini, if you are a Gemini especially, or have prominent Gemini placements in your natal chart, it's affecting affecting this energy most likely and most heavily. The Gemini, or the twins, as in two parts of the same source, kind of. For instance, if we take you as two parts of yourself, one part is you going after things with full force, and the other part of you, the other 50% of you, is indecisiveness. And that's kind of making you, or people around you even, turn cold for some reason. I don't know what this is about, but it could be you, that like you've turned cold because of a certain situation, and you are now finally deciding to step away from it and understand that unconditional love can be from afar as well, kind of thing. And you've just been stuck in your mind about something, and it's blocking your intuition about your own life. That's why the authentic truth is really important here. This transformation is much needed. Your freedom is of utmost importance, and you are supposed to get all these blessings that are being blocked, especially love and peace and freedom. You're working on forgiveness and gaining clarity about your situation, but there's something inside your head, or something Mercury connected, something with air signs as well, water signs and air signs, that is kind of affecting your fire inside. It's either toning it down or like putting it out with water, or just making it worse with air. It could just be like a part of yourself, but if it's about people, then you need to change who you are around with this community card right here. With all the butterflies, you need to, change the community, kind of. Okay, I think we kind of absolved all of this for you, pile number 1. If you liked this reading, and if it resonated, especially if it resonated, please leave me a like, or even comment what your situation is. I would love to understand what I'm talking about, because you probably have more idea than I do. Thank you so much for staying for so long. If you did, please consider subscribing. I would love to see you being a part of my gang in these random freestyle readings, and I hope you found something in this reading for you, and I hope to see you again. Bye! Okay, pile number 2. This is your reading. Let's just move this candle here. Okay, so in the pre-shuffle you've got Athena with inner wisdom. You know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. I'm gonna put this here. We have self-acceptance and rest and reconsider. We have the 9 of Spring again, as we said in the pre-shuffle. The 9 of Spring just keeps on coming back. the second nine of wands, I'm sorry, the second nine of wands came in the second pre-shuffle, where I kind of warm up my voice, and if there's like certain messages that are coming through, I'm gonna edit them in. But it's funny how it came out for extra confirmation that this is something that you are working on, and this is the thing that you're finishing off, grounding and all of that. So what should you focus on today, this week, this month even for some, is definitely your path. We have the card of enlightenment here. Just gonna look at your oracles. We have the card of manifestation. This is powerful. We have the number 13, divine feminine, step into your power. We have relief. I feel like that's on the other side. Relief. We need to paint ourselves a picture, right? Relief. We have Aries with I am, and Aquarius with I know. We have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. And the bat. Nice. So, I hope you can kind of see that. I feel like we need another card. So I kind of mixed the previous cards from the previous pile back into these piles to kind of get a fresh energy from the bottoms of the decks. So we have the Scorpion here, but I feel like I need another card for you from this deck particularly. Yeah, we have the Wolf. So I'm getting a strong sense of being solo, being the lone wolf, being on your path with a lot of struggle, a lot of fights, a lot of worry even, and it's made you disconnect from yourself in a sense. I'm getting this blank stare from Athena here. What you should focus on is reconnecting with yourself, resting up, and considering your next steps, because you have the power to manifest so much energy and force to just leap from one situation to another and not taking much damage, being kind of carefree, because you know that your hard work and diligence and persistence and patience, you know, like this inner wisdom and this I know I am, like you are so secure alone that you've made this path one of many hardships. I don't know how to say this, but you're kind of stepping on your own toes with being alone so much. Like there's a sense of this relief here with the gazelle, that you're kind of at the end of a certain cycle, and at the end of this cycle with the nines, 999 could be very that reminded me of a meme, I'm sorry for laughing. Oh, we have double 13 as well, so 13 could be significant, or 1313. I also wrote down in my notebook here 1331. Earlier I saw it as I did a pause in between readings, so those numbers could be very significant. 3 nines, 23, 13, 22, so 25, you could be around those ages, or this path began around those ages, 22, 23, or 13 even for some, where you just needed to work alone so much. You needed to gain your enlightenment through stepping into your power and practicing patience with the world. And it's really made you isolated to a point where it's not that you're not carefree or able to go after things because of your ways of working hard are literal manifestations coming true, which brings you so much peace within yourself, that all your hard work is never for nothing. Like, you have that knowledge and you know how to go about things. You trust yourself the most, or even the only person that you do trust is yourself. That's why you should focus on grounding yourself, because this is creating this bet, which we're gonna look into a bit further into the reading. We're gonna read from the book and how to go about it, but as it comes from this inner wisdom from Athena and the communication signal of air and the full moon, bats come out at night. They live at night, so you could be very much a night owl as well. You could work best at night. You could get the most work done, especially when it comes to working on your inner self, your enlightenment, your inner wisdom. And you are manifesting a lot of abundance. You have a lot of power, a lot of firepower with the 2 9 of Wands and Aries here, and all this fire behind this wolf, even though it's a earth sign. So you could be an air or an earth sign with a lot of fire in your chart, or something along those combinations, but I'm not sensing much water here. Or your situation has made you so that you act like fire signs, which you might also regret at certain points. The way you act, you could regret. That's where the enlightenment kind of comes in, where you understand that it's kind of pushing people away with the lack of energy that you currently possess. You know, you have a lot of power to have everything, to go through this as well, this struggle that you're going through, this path that you are currently on, is as motivating as it's hard and exhausting, and it brings you a lot of peace as well. So for those that are more prone to being loners with the wolf here, and night owls, I'm really feeling that you get this sense of relief when the world goes quiet. You can work your best when you're not around annoying people and annoying circumstances. That's when you gain the most transformative information, and that's when you have the most power to work on yourself. You have gained a lot of patience with yourself, and that's also something that brings you a lot of inner peace, because you worked so hard. And whatever you've worked on is so worthy of protecting, even if it's just your energy, you know, if it's your energy, your power, and if it's a part of you that, for instance, if you're a male and you've worked on your femininity in a healthy way, that's where your power comes in, that's where your enlightenment comes in. And it could be very hard for you to grasp all this knowledge, or all this new knowledge, but you definitely manifested it while being in the dark, because we see a lot of darkness here. as above so below kind of thing. There was darkness everywhere around you, and now you kind of see where you're going, and it's uphill for sure. Okay, that was exhausting even though it was pretty short. I feel like kind of framing this a bit more. Yeah, here on the left we have this King of Spring or King of Wands, so you are... Oh, and underneath it, it's the Queen of Spring. Oh my god, I shuffle these, I swear. The Katanga Lion and the Persian Cat. So there's a pair here if you are inquiring about love as well, or are interested in knowing about love from the beginning, then this is a special message that the struggle or the work that you've put in and your unit is worthy of protecting, and there's no need to worry, because here with the gazelle it says don't worry, and the relief we have kind of like this sacred vision of where you're going. So just be patient with yourself and the other person. You're both kind of going through certain matters of the dark night of the soul. Some are working on better communication, especially considering emotions, and the other is working on their finances and their feminine side. And it's much needed that you don't throw away work, but instead talk about the lessons that you've learned. Could very highly likely be a relationship between an air and an earth sign, or a fire sign and an air sign, or any of those combinations. It could also be aspects of yourself that you need to build a better relationship with. It's okay to change direction as well. Whatever is making you feel super tired and your intuition is telling you that you should step into your power and be guided towards accepting the situation and divine order, that's also going to bring you relief down the line once you come out of the smoke and the flames of being solo, if you do decide on doing that. Every path that you are going to embark on is going to be one of hardships, but nonetheless it's being enlightened, it's being guided by your inner wisdom, and as long as you keep on putting in the appropriate action and accept yourself and your path, you're going to be aligned correctly with where you're going, and you will never feel alone for because you trusted yourself so much that you manifested not just the peak of the mountain and the best view, you also manifested knowing yourself, knowing yourself, and more patience, more self-acceptance, more peace in mind and heart, which is why you picked the black tourmaline, I don't know how that's properly said, but yeah, your energy is precious. Another thing I channeled in the notebook, your energy is precious. That's why this rest and reconsider comes in, not as defeat or being at your wit's end, but just resting for the next big hurdle that could be emotionally unbalanced situations, something that you are, passionate about, something that you love, or just having a shift in tides within yourself, something along those lines. Okay, so first of all we have this fake cherry blossom, but we will consider it real. It fell in this divine feminine, or step into your power. So you are in the spring, in the springtime, you're going to come into full bloom within yourself, really balancing those aspects, kind of taking what you used to take as negative as a positive thing, because you can gain wisdom from it and grow from it and learn more about your other aspects of yourself. We have this, what's it called, earplug. It kind of it's kind of like telling me that something is falling on deaf ears and on this self-acceptance. So sometimes if you are around people that things do fall on deaf ears, then you need to move away from it with grace. And we have this little animal spirit of, what's this? One of those, what's it called? Oh my god, my English is broken right now in my head. It's one of those, what is, not prairie dogs, but I don't know. We'll discard it. But it's talking about the tediousness of the situation. Like, you are really distancing yourself emotionally from the people that you feel like you are working just for the sake of keeping things alive or friendly, or I don't know, even like co-parenting could be a situation here where the other person, in any situation, doesn't need to be co-parenting, but the other person is just pointing at all of these flaws and being tedious about the problems and the situations. And with the stone heart here as well, it's kind of making you turn cold about it, even for some reason or another. And it's like about time, 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months could be significant amount of time from either now to point in time where you gain all of this knowledge, or it's been brewing inside of you, this inner wisdom, knowing what to do to finally feel relieved for 3 weeks, 3 months, for some even 3 years. Like, this burdenous path needs to turn into this self-acceptance. With the pre-shuffle giving you a bit more information, I already forgot it, to be completely honest, but I know it's all together connected, and this also has many more general messages. But yeah, let's go forward. We have this shell. You're kind of putting yourself in a shell here to recuperate. I'm getting a lot of Virgo energy here with kind of like hermiting. Even though this is fire, it's like being passionate about your solo time to recuperate, gain wisdom, gain enlightenment, and manifest. You really want to take that step back to ground yourself and work on your grounding here with the little button charm falling right next to the black tourmaline. It's like working on your heart with all this green and the fluorite. I'm really feeling like you're working on your heart here. So we have these wings again, representing taking flight, taking being supported by your angels, most likely. And the stone barrel could come very handy in googling in what it means exactly. I don't know what it's for precisely, because I didn't need it yet, but it could be important for the situation. We also have this octa sign that the previous pile got, as well as the heart, the stone heart. So if you were drawn to the first pile, there could be certain messages inside that for you. But it's where it's talking about working diligently on your manifestations. What you should focus on is working on things in which way appropriate for your situation. We have this little glass charm here. It's like a bronze, or yeah, it's like due to too much alcohol consumption, you could be blocking your manifestations and staying in this energy, or affecting the situation negatively and disassociate even more. Yeah, this little charm with the pearl, I'm feeling like Cancer energy as well. If you are involved with the Cancer energy, especially a feminine Cancer, it's if you are a water sign and a feminine and a small percentage of masculine, you are getting you're finally getting what you deserve and what you manifested. Very important here. You are acknowledging all of your parts as well, your air parts, your other elementals like fire and earth parts. You are gaining more understanding of who you are. That's why you're stepping into the power that's really for you here. I feel like we need a couple more cards to kind of see the other side of this Athena. We're gonna take the same deck, get one card. It's on the other side. It's fairness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So whatever it is that's ending or beginning, it's for your higher good. So what you should be focusing on is yourself. You should focus on building a plan on how to move forward from or over this hurdle, how you're gonna leap into action with full force and full knowing that the universe will catch you. Like what you should focus on is taking time for yourself to figure things out so that you can resolve it in a just manner. Let's check the bat real quick before we forget. It talks about darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth, and here we have Kali as well, with endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter, and underneath that it's Rhiannon, sorceress. You're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So manifestations, intentions, enlightenment, all of this power that you possess, it has it's automatically manifesting. You don't have to put too much thought, because all of your thoughts are coming true almost for some of you. So the bat talks about, before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns. No more lingering in the past. When in balance, it accepts, adapts, adjusts. When out of balance, it refuses to let go and reminisces, reconsiders. To bring into balance, watch the sunrise. And then let's check the wolf real quick. Wolf. Guardian of family and tribe, activism, ritual. The wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all, exclude none, which could also mean your feelings. When in balance, you are reliable, democratic, and fearless. When out of balance, you are judgmental and dominating. To bring into balance, practice letting go. Which brings us back to this bat, right? Letting go. Everything is as it should be. You are right where you need to be, and you are gaining clarity on where to go next. But be patient with yourself. The endings have different timelines for different people. And knowing yourself with the self-acceptance, like you already know where you've been and how far you've come. That's why you don't have to put in much effort in anything else than letting the past go, and with that invite new in. The new cannot evolve and progress if the old is not cleared out. And the bat is really coming in to clear out the emotions. The full moon, it's too much emotion. Full moons could also be significant for time being, so 3 moons for some as well. 3 full moons I meant, to resolve this matter. But this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. That's for sure. There's no I feel like you know that already. I feel like you surely know that already. Okay, let's check out the manifestation card right here. For more details on how should you go about it and how should you focus on it. So, you will attract what you give your focus to. You are about to experience something you have longed for. You may not see any evidence yet, but don't be disheartened. Instead, be still and align with your soul. Soon you will be inspired to take a step forward where you will meet your dreams and desires. Fall in love with the unknown, and the path of the known will materialize. You create your life through how you feel and what you think. When you change your beliefs, your life changes to match it. First, you must be aware of how you feel in the present. Practice focusing on what makes your heart sing, not shrink. The time just before manifestation is an opportunity to change any story from the past, present, or future. Your perception is altering so you can see in a new light. Everything is created twice. Firstly in the vibrational realm, perceived as imagination, feeling, or dreaming, and then in the physical world as manifested objects. Enjoy the journey to all your manifesting, and your desires will arrive sooner. This is the nature of creation. The inspired reflections and actions of this card are: let all manifestations be what they are and focus on the ones you are drawn to. This is a vibrational match to something active in your beliefs and ideas. Tune into what makes you feel authentic. Take notice of the vibe and replicate it as much as you can each day. When you find the beauty in your current space, your energy will rise in harmony. Train yourself to know and believe the law of attraction. Each day for a week, set an intention to see something inconsequential, like a feather, a rainbow, or water. When you have no attachment to the outcome, you hold no resistance, and it will manifest. It is the same principle for small or big manifestations. So how can you work on this manifestation? The journal work goes as is. Writing a list of desired things does not bring them to you. This is just a way to start focusing on what is wanted rather than what you think is missing or undesirable. Draw or write about 7 things you want in your life. Write in the present tense as if you already have whatever you want. Don't think about how they will come about or what you might need to do to bring them into your life, as this will only limit your options. Your desires may be mental, spiritual, financial, social, physical, or concerned with your career or a relationship. When something manifests, add a new desire to keep your list of 7. Okay, that's a practical way you could go about manifesting your peak as well. How you want to peak in life. I'm definitely seeing there's a lot of freedom here, an increase of fortune, and letting go of regret, knowing that you cannot change the past here with regret. So that's your reading, pile number 2. Let's stop the soda lights from shaking. Thank you so much for staying so long with me, and I hope that I see you again. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or consider subscribing to the channel. I don't know what this is talking about, to be completely honest, and if you care on sharing your story, you can do it via comments or send me an email if you want more information about something. I'm definitely happy to offer a private reading. So I also do those for, to be more specific, which is really hard in these general readings because in space and time it's probably gonna reach more than just one person, and we're just taking what resonates, right? So if you want more information, all of the links will be in the description box. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope to see you again. Bye! Okay, let's get right into your reading, pile number 3. If you picked this beautiful yellow opal, this reading is for you. As we mentioned before in the pre-shuffle, you've got the golden opportunity with Yemanya. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. Heart healing. And then we have 2 of Swords, refusing to see. And Princess of Winter, logical, truthful, curious, undiplomatic. With the Seagull, this is an intellectual challenge that calls upon your ability to think of a matching solution. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, accept the message without being bothered by the messenger, aka me. Okay, let's see what your oracle cards are actually been wanting to tell us all of this time. We have number 45 with Let Your Light Shine. It's kind of your main energy here. You have the Blue Moon. You are ready. Make your masterpiece. You have Divine Protection. Gazelle. We have Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Okay, I had to close the window, it was too loud. So yeah, we have Imagination. Embrace and nourish the creative aspect of your mind. Of my mind. 8th house, endings and beginnings. Saturn return, age, and purity. Okay. Like we have space for one more. Let's take a card from this deck. Illumination and bottom energy with inner peace. Let's check your reading. So I feel like you are very creative. Very creative. With age you have acquired a lot of skills. You may be refusing to see your potential. Is very strong message here. The Two of Swords, this indecision is pretty much either you want to be famous or not, or, you know, really extreme visions like that, because with the blue moon we see rarity here. The blue, you know, the saying once in a blue moon, it's the occurrence is one every I don't know how many years, or fortnights or whatever, but it says you're ready, make your masterpiece. So I'm thinking that you have mastered something, probably patience. Yeah, with the gazelle here I feel like this calmness, and with Yemanya as well, there's so much within you that needs to be shown to the world through creative endeavors, that it's very important that what you should, like, it's okay, let's breathe in. It's very important to purify yourself, especially with water, especially if you're a water sign or have prominent water placements, because it also fuels your creativity, it fuels your imagination, and with cleansing in such a way it also brings you divine protection. It brings you the ability to show your true colors and your true light, really illuminate your sense of self, as well as your purity, like almost childlike curiosity here with the Princess of Winter as well. With age and Saturn return, could be like an important door opening for you that you can only fill with imagination. It's like this golden opportunity is something you can't really see because it's behind you, as we talked in the pre-shuffle, but it's everywhere. It's in this card, kind of centered. Everything is like right behind you or right above you. So this divine protection is kind of telling me that like a very strong angel support system, ancestry, strong DNA sequences, you know, very rare person to come about as well. Very nice to meet your energy. You are probably very heavy in 8th house, so in Scorpio, with endings and beginnings. Could also be like a north node in Scorpio, where it's like a lifelong cycle of this process of constantly healing your heart and needing to take more time to yourself to realign with the cycles and of your energy flows. Like what you need to focus on is taking the time to nourish yourself, your emotional body, especially through water cleansing and sunlight. Even in the darkness, especially around full moons, be very extra careful around your energy in those times. It's better to take some time to observe situations rather than force yourself into situations where you can't see clearly, or you can't get a different perspective because your mind is blocked, your imagination is blocked around certain people. And with age and purity, you're really purifying yourself in such a way where you are a creative person, and to do an energy cleansing is also by expressing yourself through your aces, your ways of realigning with yourself, so singing or dancing or painting or sports, whatever, fitness, you know, hiking, climbing, even paragliding for some, just whatever liberates your spirit. Take time to protect your space, take time to get perspective on situations, especially concerning your heart, because we have a lot of green here, even though it's not coming off very well on camera. We have this purification of the heart space. It's being reimagined here, so what you should focus on is on the magic of life, really. There's some sort of sense of another chance as well for some. Yeah, you're patiently waiting for, like, you're patiently waiting to see through your intuition, and you don't have problems with waiting to be centered to pursue from then on. This is kind of like very feminine energy, more than the previous piles. Almost kind of timidness I sense for some, but it shows me that you, and probably for a long time nobody around you, you have the power to create masterpieces, and you're refusing to see yourself as the master of your craft. I feel a sense of humbleness here, and probably more along the lines of thinking you could be better and you could gain more knowledge, and that's true. But what you don't see is that you already have what it takes. Especially the purity of your heart is very emphasized. You put your whole heart into what you do, and what you should focus on today, this week, the next few weeks, is understanding how far you've came to be able to let your light shine. And if you are unable for some reason, you need to communicate your imagination. You need to bring all of your ideas to life with getting it out of your mind and into reality, into your hands. We talked about emeralds in this card earlier in the pre-shuffle, and they are very rare, as we read, and so are you. You are kind of the golden child of your craft, and this reading is only to emphasize and illuminate that, because you are refusing to see, like, this woman doesn't even have eyes. This person has their eyes closed. Then we have this seagull with a little tiara, and it's, you know, almost like a bit cunning, but fabulous nonetheless. We have this woman that has her hands in her hair and just like eyes closed, enjoying the moment. And then we have this multi-dimensional being that's aligned, and the only two that are looking directly at me are Gazelle and this snow fox. I doubt it's a wolf, but kind of reminds me of a snow fox more than a wolf, but it's still having the eyes on the prize with a sense of wonder and joy, almost childlike imagination, like constant ideas as well, but you are just kind of sitting back, refusing to see your potential and your power and your worth. Because with age we have the number 32 and number 50, number 45 as well. It's like you've gained, no matter your age, you've gained a lot of practice in whatever you do. So whatever your niche, your hobby, your job, your hobby that you want to turn into a job, whatever it is, it has taken you a long time to gather a lot of information about a lot of things surrounding your passion, and refusing to see that, it only takes away from all the blessings that you could get, all of the abundance and the 3D that you could receive, and all of the perspectives that you could gain, because what you should focus on is your gifts. Like there's something that has brought you this far that you are kind of probably refusing to even look at or work with. Maybe there's something like some things you've set aside that you should probably get to work on. Maybe something with schoolwork or a project or a presentation at work even, or I don't know, some of you could even like forgot lunch at work. It could be like stuff like that too. But there's a sense of you just need to change your focus from looking down all the time to looking at the bright side of this. Yeah, your intuition is going to tell you what exactly, but you should definitely visualize, like even with this card, with the person refusing to see, it's like sometimes we're not refusing to see, we are just hyper focused on another thing, and that's why we are refusing to see, because it's not of the utmost importance at that time, and we need to kind of realize that certain things need to be looked at, and all of the manifestations that you want to come to fruition, you just need to imagine them as they are already, as if they are already happening, because all of this is kind of connected to other piles just a slight bit, but it's a different perspective, and this is a completely different story, but it probably has certain points in it that were made well. That's why I'm thinking about it. So let's check your charms. I'm going to kind of shuffle them off camera so it doesn't burst your ears, because I still don't have a proper mic. So give me a second, please. Okay, chaos happened. So let's see, we have, let's focus on what fell into my lap. This car fell into my lap, so something about your car probably needs immediate attention, or your goal and opportunity could be that you could take a vacation or a ride somewhere. Just if you can take some time away from everywhere, even if it's just like astral projecting to a place where you want to be by looking at pictures and whatnot, stuff like that. It's I feel the importance of at least imagining peace for some of you. We have the same bottle cap with the number 3, so that could be significant. All 3 piles could be significant if you were drawn to them from the beginning or couldn't decide very well on which one. Probably all of them have a certain point in them that wanted to be made. We have here a little tiny sodalite piece on refusing to see, and this is the stone of the speakers. So you probably could also be refusing to see that you too are a great speaker, that you do have certain things that you want to talk about or publish or write. Again, with the creative and communications, you could be working or be better off working in communications. We have this lizard here. It's kind of off reading, so I don't know if it's important, but for those that resonated with being super creative and or artistic, the lizard is representing your creative ways of being, or kind of, if you imagine certain lizards that adapt to their environments, you are also very adaptable, especially in creative environments, so you could very well work around other creative people. Showing your true colors is also very important here with the Let Your Light Shine card. We have this little gerbil again. It's giving me nightmares because I can't remember which animal it is. It's from a little Kinder Egg, I think. But it's the things that you are nitpicking is this illumination. If you've made it this far, you're probably trying to look for answers. You're trying to illuminate and enchant the space around you almost, but on the other side you cannot physically turn around yet to look towards all of that sun, all of the things that you want, and all of the positivity that would be the opposite of this kind of melancholic energy right here in this Two of Swords. We have this little fisheye lens here that fell on the golden opportunity, so it says important doors are opening for you right now, walk through them. And if we look through this, it's giving us a little different perspective. It's bringing us a wider angle. So you too need to look at your life from a wider angle. What would make you super happy? And on the other side, if you're looking from the other side, your vision could be very narrow. I don't know if it could show, but it's like one side it's very narrow and on the other side it's widening the angle. So it's about perspective once again. You probably are not seeing that you have doors opening for you, but also what you need to focus on is the other side of the coin, the other side of what you're feeling right now. There are a lot of communicational blockages here because I can't stop coughing for some reason. And here we have a little earring with it's not gonna focus right. No, it has little skulls on it, so I'm feeling like the death card, so scorpionic energy as well. If you're a Scorpio, this could be extra confirmation, but it's really about you being a unique person with a lot of intense energy, but so much light on the other side that is yours. There's just like a barrier in between the light and the dark. illumination is not coming yet. It's not coming in yet correctly, because you are the one that is refusing to see the path, or imagining the path, and actually healing your heart space and purifying yourself as you age, as you go on in life, as you progress, as you master yourself. The center of this reading, I feel more drawn to this divine protection, so I feel we're gonna have certain messages in here as well. But let's move on. We also have a little fishy, so if you're a Pisces, this could also be an extra confirmation here. Also, for certain people, I feel like fishing could be very calming, or just being on a lake, stuff like that. We have a little shell, so your heart is being opened right now. What you should focus on is opening your heart more, instead of being shelled and closed off, and being just entwined with yourself. You're kind of needing to open up your energy in like reclaiming your space and unfolding situations and resolving issues, like actually working on resolving issues and healing your heart space. Because there's a lot of eyes on you, especially like if it's about dating, like people are looking in to see how or who you're dating or stuff like that, and you just feel like, I just want to heal my heart first and then move on to greener pastures and actually walk through these doors freely, purified, full of new energy, imagination, and all of that. Get the new beginning. Currently you're just kind of sitting back, not doing much, so I feel like kicking you in the butt a bit, because you are this intricate diamond. You're brilliant about what you do. You're truly a master, because the seed here is telling me that you need to plant this big seed. This is like the biggest seed I've seen in a while, you know. The seeds you're planting are big, so they might take time to really grow and unfold and show your golden again. You need to put in the work. Like if you're knitting or doing crafts like that, where it takes time, whatever it is, to perfect, you need to not just start it but also finish it. Maybe you're refusing to see your patterns of finished and unfinished business and priorities. We have a lot of work to put in, nourishing this creative aspect of your mind, because your creativeness is being blocked by your own doing. You are, instead of closing off your intuition, you need to follow it more. And here is a little earring with the what is it? It's the music key. It's not gonna focus right. I don't know how they do this. They don't do this on my camera. Jesus, you know, the violin key, whatever. Music could be another great indicator here for resonance, where you need to work on your music more, publish it, let the world see it, see your imagination. Because if you kind of, like in this card, go from the center out, if you are showing all of your different weird angles and ways and combinations of colors and patterns of whatever your masterpieces are, that you're refusing to see that they're masterpieces, What you should focus on is publishing it or finishing it or getting more information about it, on how to go about it and where to sell it and how to sell it. If it's making videos, then checking, you know, learning about audience retention and so on and so forth. Like whatever it is, you are ready. You are completely ready to start the new cycle. You are old enough to do it. You have enough power and light within you to do it. The only thing you have a problem with is refusing to see your own worth at this point, whatever this is all about. Yeah, Kali again. Step into unknown. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of your path, ever. Yeah, you're transforming. Okay, one moment please. We are going to quickly read from two books. One is this Earth Wisdom, where we have Divine Protection and Heart Healing. We have the Divine Protection. Okay. Number 12. Number 12, we have Angelica as the plant, which enhances divine protection, spiritual guidance, love and healing. So this plant. And then we have Andalusite, the mineral, sometimes called fairy stones, can form a circle of protection. Sometimes we are required to go where angels and perhaps even fairies fear to tread. Before heading into the deep, dark unknown, surround yourself with divine protection. Create a circle of light around yourself, drawing a protective energy from all around. Connect to your higher source and ask for loving guidance. I fear no evil. I am protected. I lean on the divine to surround and to guide me as I move through this dark and confusing time. If this is about a relationship and you haven't clicked off yet because I was talking so much on the other perspective, then this is the much necessary time to feel this way, because it's the time to process all of the emotions. You have to reimagine all the good and the bad and remember what has brought you to an end, what has brought you to this age, what has brought you to yourself back over and over again, what has made you this masterpiece and so golden and so full of heart to give and full of creativity as well. I also sense like tattoo artists, or like I see more people drawing as well. Okay. Yeah, don't get stuck on the confused little gazelle, because it's still a fire sign. The gazelle is still a fire elemental. Its patience is unprecedented, really, in my opinion, and the fearlessness of gazelles on the other side of cheetahs, as we had it in another pile, it's way more, yeah, vulnerable. So let's read about it. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, the awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper-vigilant, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. When in balance, you are graceful, perceptive, artistic. See, told you. When out of balance, you tend to have food allergies, insomnia, and a racing mind. And or, you know, don't take them all. To bring into balance, do some yin yoga, so feminine yoga. A cozy home, therefore, you know, put up some candles and, I don't know, buy yourself a nice blankie or just tidy up a bit for a change as well. And some good food, like really fill your heart back up. Here with heart healing, I'm feeling the connection with the gazelle, really giving back to yourself, more and more. And last but not least, we have the number 45 with Let Your Light Shine. This is the Secret Language of Light Oracle. It will show us how to actually go about it. It says, be authentic. Today, embrace your uniqueness. Say to yourself, I'm so pleased and honored to be me. Embrace the parts of you that may feel a little strange. They feel this way because you resist experiencing the fullness of you. We can all feel a little odd or peculiar at times, longing to be like everyone else and just fit in. But compromise breeds resentment. Locking yourself into the pretense of what others want will strangle your soul and split you in two. Accept yourself. Set yourself free from judgment and what you perceive others think about you. Let your soul shine outward and inspire others to connect, embrace, and shine their truth. When we are aligned with our soul, we feel loved and satisfied. We no longer need others to lean on, to fill our perceived voids, or to be different. Or to be different to who they are. Instead, we want to be with others for the pure joy of it. Create new ways toward anything that is of interest to you. Can you feel relief wash over you? You are beautiful. The inspired reflections and actions you could do for embracing this card is: take the time to know yourself through daily self-reflection. Select a great moment from your day-to-day embrace, then name a difficult moment and aim to heal it. Take credit for all the things you love about your life. Describe the card image in your own words. Explore the feelings that move within your thoughts when you softly gaze at the image. Whatever you see will be right for you today. Each time you gaze at an image, it will reflect where you are now. So, as well, it talks about looking at your patterns within and embracing those as your own uniqueness that you bring into this world. The journal work that you could do is draw or write about all the things you like about yourself and all the things you do well. During your daily meditation, repeat them to yourself. This builds a foundation from love and will bring more manifestations and opportunities that vibrate with the same and higher energy. This will also make it easier for you to align with your soul. So let your light shine, embrace all of your positive qualities and focus on those. All's well that ends well, and we're working on positive endings and positive new beginnings. All these opportunities are coming towards you, so you should definitely focus within to purify yourself and acknowledge all of your great qualities that very little people possess, because each of you that pick this pile are very unique in the things that you do or want to do for a living. The way you want to live your life is already imagined. You are just kind of at a point where you cannot see the path, but you should focus on what is being transmuted here. If you're being too logical, kind of get into your emotions more. If people aren't truthful to you, look at it from a higher perspective of them being on a lower level of understanding what words and actions do to other people energetically. And if you're curious about more about this, I also do personal readings, but this is where we're gonna kind of separate ourselves. If you made it this far, I'm super happy to have tuned into your energy. I don't feel like this is gonna be a long or hard process, whatever it is. I just feel like as soon as you understand your power, you will take appropriate action. Just for now, you're kind of in the stage of reclaiming your power and realigning with your purpose. So thank you so much for staying so long. If you did, please consider liking the video or subscribing if you like my content, and I will see you around. Bye!